Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Now we are diving into Vulnhub, which is designed to sharpen and improve our cybersecurity skills enormously. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now let's jump in and start hacking our way through Vulnhub. The machine I'm going to do would be DriftingBlues 1. Even though this mission is not so complicated, following some sort of methodology would be the key to success. So now, without further ado, let's head over to Kali Linux. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, I use the option of -i to specify the interface. So all packets will be sent from this interface. Also, I use the option of -r to specify the network range to narrow down the scanning process. So now we can hit enter. And immediately we can get the IP address of the target. This one, 156. As you know, the first one belongs to internal DHCP server of VirtualBox. And the second IP address is assigned to host machine. In my case, is Windows. So now, we can share something between our host and the target machine. After all, I configure the target machine, in this case is DriftingBlues, as host only mode. Okay. So what do we have to do next? We need to conduct port and surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the default script scan, followed by the version scan, and then, -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address of the target is different because I re-imported the target machine into the VirtualBox. And this time, the target machine has been given different IP address, but this doesn't matter. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information open SSH, and its corresponding version number 7.2. Though it's not the updated version, I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability. If you want to confirm, you can use such as Sprite open SSH. Okay, although here some exploits for example, the username enumeration, and also like authenticated auth command injection, none of them can be applied for this machine. Okay, so let me retrieve the map scanning result again. So the second port number is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So now we need to enumerate the web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up our browser of Firefox and put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. And so this is DriftingBlues tech and some links, but they are not hyperlinks, just reverted to somewhere on the same page. Then you click about, and then the gallery, not effective at all. Okay, so now we can scroll down, nothing here. And next we can check its source code. Just I mentioned at the very beginning, the methodology is very important for any penetration. Otherwise, you will not succeed, or you will spend a lot of time. Okay, and let's scroll down. Here, there is one comment. Interesting. We can copy. Apparently, this comment, this text is encoded by base 64 because there is equal sign at its end. We can copy. You can use subchef, or we just use command line to decode it. We can use the pipe operator to, the output of the previous command would be input of the next command. In this case, next command is base 64 with option of -d. This one stands for decode. We can get this one. We can copy. This is we found, hidden information we can put over here. Sorry, I think we need to note it down or write down something before we proceed. So the IP address is this one, and the port number, the first port number is 22, which is running SSH service, and the second is 80, running HTTP service. So later we need to check this discovered page. Okay, so but before we do that, I'd like to do something, as usual. For example, we can check whether we can access robots file, but not found. Next, I'd like to bring up the terminal to launch Nicotone to do the automatic enumeration. We can use the -h option to specify the target. In this case, -h doesn't stand for help. Okay, so this is a bit different from some common commands. And so the server information, the request header, and also found some directories like CSS or Cascade style sheet. Usually this directory contains some CSS static file. In most cases, we cannot find anything useful from such files, static files, from the perspective of penetration. And image, maybe we can access this image. And there's some pictures, but I don't think any of image hides some sensitive information, okay, or hidden message, okay. If you want to confirm this point, you can use some kinds of image analytic tools, but I will be not covering these techniques here. So let's bring up the terminal again. Next, I'd like to launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And the GoBuster can support different subcommands. dir or dir, which stands for directory, is one of them. Although GoBuster can support options like vhost or domain name, but in most cases, I use this GoBuster to scan or enumerate directories. And we can use the -u option to specify the target. And also we can use the W option to specify the word list. I always use this word list, although sometimes we need to combine different word lists. But in most cases, this word list is enough. And also we can specify the extension option, like PHP, HTML, text, back, remove duplicate, comma, press enter. Oh, we found the secret. So I think we can copy this page over here. And now, in the meantime, we can access this file, secret. The name itself implies there will be something interesting we need to, we need to check. We press enter. However, we just got a dig deeper, maybe. Very interesting. And also we can check its source code. So nothing at all. So next, I think we can take this opportunity to look at this discovered hidden page or file. We can copy and we can paste in the end. Oh, we got some very, very interesting information. OOK. So I think this is some kind of OOK encoding. We can copy it and we can copy and we can go to the website. Maybe we can use Google. So OOK decoder. I think the first link is what we want, and we can remove historic data and paste in here, and then click execute. So now we got something back. We can copy my main. Okay, so my main, I know you are new, but you should know how to use host file to reach our secret location, Eric. So I think Eric is possible username. We can possible username. But I think the key information from the decrypted message is that we should know how to use host file. Of course, we know how to use. However, what's host name? We didn't find it. Actually, we need to go back to the home page and check the home page very carefully. Let's go back. Maybe we can. And you can scroll down. Cloud-based SaaS solution. Here, we can find this host name. We can copy and paste into our notebook. So I think the enumeration is very important for this machine. Otherwise, it's not easy at all. Okay, so here this should be the host name or domain name. We can copy, and this is another possible username, and we can paste over here. So next we need to append this host name to host file. We can copy. You can use editor like a Vim editor or Nano to append this entry. But for me, I always use it this way, not sudo echo, and we can specify the IP address of the target and then domain name, and we can pipe to or use a pipe operator to another command. In this case, we need to use sudo. Otherwise, the host file cannot be edited, okay, or cannot be modified. So we can use the T with option of A means append. So etec directory hosts. Okay, so now we can access this domain name rather than IP address to see what what it be about. Okay, oh sorry, not. However, we get the same site from the target. Interesting, although we can check its robots. Not found. We are getting the same behavior as when we access the target via IP address. However, maybe we can find we need to see whether this main site has subdomain. Okay, so how to do? We can launch. Of course, you can use the Python, but I also we can use some existing utility like GoBuster, also like this one. This is a function 2, and we can use the actual option to specify the host and fuzz, and we can copy is main domain name. Put over here, and we can use the U option to specify the URL. Okay, and you can use the dedicated subdomain dictionary, but I don't think it matters. We can use a bigger word list. User share word list, debuster, directory, medium. Okay, so now I think we can press enter. However, a lot of output. So I think we need to filter out some rubbish data. We can use the HW option. This is the length of the word. So 570, press enter. I miss space. Here, press enter. Okay, we successfully get subdomain name test. So similarly, we can append this subdomain to host file. Okay, we can use the up arrow to retrieve the previous command. So test and press enter. Now we can access this subdomain by the browser. To see what it's about. Work in progress, Eric. So now we can check its source code. So nothing here. Also, we can check its robots file. A lot of information. Never directly allow. However, this one is the most interesting for us. We can copy, and maybe we can use the Q command. Right, we can use the Q command to retrieve this file. Sorry about this pop-up window. And so we can copy. I think this contains the credentials for SSH. Fantastic. So we can use SSH password in case of emergency. It was this one. However, this guy once told me that she added a number to the end of the password. So I think the password here has already been modified by this guy. Okay, so how to do next? Before we try to crack the password for SSH service, I'd like to take a look at the entries or directories. In the robots file, we can access this. Maybe we can copy. And so never. So not found, never found. So I think this would be some sort of rabbit holes. But anyway, we cannot miss them, right? Not found. Never give up. Of course, I will not give up. And how about this one? We got the same error, not found. It's fine. So now I think it's time to crack the password for SSH service. So far, we have already got two possible usernames. So we can create this username. And we can, I think we can copy from my notebook. And we need to put into different lines. Okay. Right and quit. Next, we can launch Hydra with uppercase L usernames and also use uppercase P to specify the oh, sorry. Before we try to use Hydra to crack password, we need to create our own word list. And in this case, maybe you can use the, the shell script to create it. but I prefer to use Python. So let's launch Python interactive environment because the editor is not necessary. This is very simple code. So we can define the original password or initial password. Initial, we can use some meaningful name for variable, right? And we can, so where, yeah, this one, we can copy and put over here. Then we can open, for example, we can save our words into dict with append plus. So then, will not be overwritten, will be appended to this file as f variable, and we can loop over the range of digit. So for I in range from 0 to 10. Of course, 10 is excluded. And now we can, so the word is, we can use initial password plus, and however we need to convert it to string. Okay, now we can write, we can call its method write, and we can use the formatted string, and here we can use curly brace. We can, so curly brace, anything in the curly brace would be whole, and we need to put something into this hole. Here is the word. However, we need to use the \n to separate a words into different lines. Okay, so I think that's all. Now we can exit from Python interactive environment. Let's take a look at this dictionary. Yeah, I think it's generated correctly. Of course, you can manually do this, but Python can make our job easier. Okay, and now we can launch the Hydra with the uppercase L to specify the username dictionary, with uppercase P to specify the password dictionary, and then specify the surface and the target. Press enter. Okay, we got the combinations of username and password. So now we can SSH to the target, Eric, and IP address of the target. Yes, continue, and we can copy this password and paste in here. We can clear the screen by pressing keys Control and Shift and L. Next, we can use Command ls to list directory content, and then we can grab the user flag without any problem. So this is the first flag. Next, we need to do some local enumeration to elevate privilege, right? So how to do? We can check its version of kernel. A bit old kernel, but I'm not going to take kernel never exploit to elevate privilege. Okay, and we can go to home directory, just one normal user, Eric. Next, we can run the sudo with option of L-L, and we can paste the password again. Yeah, this user may not run sudo on this machine. Next, we can go to, we need to continue our local enumeration like opt. Nothing here. Go to the var. I always check these directories if you have already followed my channel. Okay, and we can go to backups. We find this backup shell script. We can take a look at this one, or not this one, backup. So I think this script is contains some commands like zip zip this directory www and change mode, and then we'll do sudo. So having a backdoor would be nice, and we'll sudo this file or this command. So maybe we can, manipulate this script. However, unfortunately, we can check its permission. The owner is root. Any other user cannot modify this script. So next, maybe we can check to see whether the temp directory, nothing here, emergency. So maybe we need to create this emergency file by ourselves. But before we do that, I'd like to check whether indeed the root user is running this cron job regularly. So how to check? We can upload, because the current user is low privileged user. If you want to check whether the super user or root user is running this job, we need to rely on another very important utility, pspy. Okay, so now, of course, I've already got this binary or utility ready. If you have a problem to get this, please let me know in the comment box. So next, we need to upload this utility to the target. How to do? The easiest way is to set up a web server on the Kali Linux, and then we can go back to, sorry, not here, we can use wget to upload pspy 64-bit version, and we need to make it executable, and then we can run it. You know why this utility is so powerful? Because this utility can display all processes, even those belong to other user rather than current user. As you know, current user is Eric. For example, UID equals 0. This means this process belongs to root user. Okay, and as you can see, yes, indeed, this script is executed by the root user, UID equals 0. So next, although we cannot directly manipulate this shell script itself, we can create emergency. We can, for example, you can get out of this again. All right, we can create our own emergency. So how to do? We can, for example, maybe there will be different ways, but for me, I always use the reverse shell command. You can put some, reverse shell command, or maybe you can, for example, change some files like a sudo files, but I prefer to take the first way or approach. Okay, so now we can go to the website of this one, and we can copy, and we need to change its IP address to our own lab environment, and the port number I always take for 555. And usually this command would be better than this one. So I put the bash with option of -C. Now we can copy, and then we can, of course, we need to use double quotes and append or write into this file. We can copy, and we need to change the mode 777 and emergency. And now we can, of course, we can set up the listener on the Kali Linux, waiting for collection from the target. Okay, fantastic. We successfully got the collection from the target, and from here we can tell that we are super user or root user. You can run ID, and of course we can get or grab the root flag without any problem. Oh, cat. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.